Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Black Girls Speak Up Podcast. We are here for another episode. Of course, I'm your host, Jasmine. And I have I say this every episode. I have an amazing guest. And I'm so excited. I have Danni. Listen, I'm a pound cake. Listen, when I first saw that, I was like, okay, and period. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm grateful. Thank you.
I'm so excited.
I've been waiting for this.
I know. Listen, this has been planned for about like a month.
Yeah, as soon as you heard your podcast, I'm like, I'm so ready to talk to Jasmine.
Listen, because it's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
Outside of this, we have really good conversations.
Yes.
We have had some really, really thoughtful conversations. So I'm so excited. Before we get into the conversation, tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Hey, everybody. My name is Danni Adams. Online, go by I'm a pound cake. Woo! And I'm from the beautiful city of Sanford, Florida. I'm a model. I'm an influencer, founder of a creative agency called Shine Wave. We do influencer marketing, project management. But today I'm going to talk about a little bit about mental health because baby has been through it, okay?
Through it.
Through it.
Haven't we all?
Yes.
We have gone through some serious things, and I feel like at this age, with everything going on in the world, outside of what's going on in the world, outside of our own bodies, within us, we are going through some things.
Yeah.
So, listen, I just want to dive in. We know your platform. I know your platform. And I know what you stand for. I know what everything that you talk about is women's empowerment, but also a plus size girlie's dream to have you as a bestie. Because you would be the person that's going to hype them up, that's going to speak life over them. But there's
and also be a little bit bossy.
Listen, and be bossy because you are a boss, okay? You are. But it's like outside of that, there's another side to that. There's the flip side and the negative things that come with it, the mental aspect, that the toll that it can take on you. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today, is because yes, you have those moments where I'm speaking life over people, but outside of that, I can be where I can I check out today?
Yeah.
Can this be the day?
There are so many times that I've like showed up for other people and I was suffering because silently. Everybody wants a strong friend. Everybody wants somebody to say you're great all the time and you're awesome. You could get up. You're worthy. You're this. Go do this. Go do that. But honestly, when it's time for you to be poured into, everyone's like, just get over it. You're strong. Yeah. But I got your shit.
Right. I held you down.
Yeah.
I'm carrying your stuff on top of my stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm that type of friend. Like, I have a friend, she not answering her phone. I'm carrying her. Yeah. I'm worried about what you got going on. But who is worried about me?
Yeah.
Who, like, those silent nights when you are really trying to make it to the next day? Like, who is in your corner? Like, do you have those supporters? Do you have the people? Do you have that village?
You know what? Going through a massive surgery multiple times within a month, like, taught me who my people were. And it just is what it is, you know? People who would look out for you, people who would say, hey, I noticed something is going on with your mental health. Are you okay? Do you need something? What happened to you? And I'm building that. I have really great friends, friends that did and did not have the capacity to support. And that's okay, right?
That's okay.
And everybody can do what's within their capacity. But I think in my life, I'm reimagining what that is. And it's coming to me. It's here.
It's like once you finally like understand that you need that support system, because sometimes we live in and we own that strong friend mentality, and so we're not asking for the support really until you're like, wait, hello, can I, like, I'm going through something real significant, and I can say that somebody that's gone through a lot of grief, a lot of losses. I thought that I understood what grieving looked like for me until it was like, oh wait, I actually do need people that I can call. I do need people that I can speak to about X, Y, and Z. And it's good that you have people that are like, I can show up for you. And some people are like, I don't know how to show up for you.
Yeah, that's something that I processed. I was like, oh, okay, people did try to help me, but the help that they gave me wasn't helpful, right? It was within their capacity and like it was well-meaning, but it did not help me. It caused me more harm. And so do I look at these people as harmful or well-meaning. And at the end of the day, right, like, we're all complicated human beings. And I would say, especially someone like me who's living with PTSD, who's living with ADHD, it is difficult, especially when our community doesn't really have the education of what those symptoms really look like. And so and on top of that, I got this like big bubbly personality, so how could she be sad? Right. Oh, she's a conqueror, she's overcame so many things. But also, like, when the curtains come down, the pain is there, it's
still there,
the anxiety is there, the panic attacks are there, the fear is there, the loneliness is there. And so something that I've learned on my like journey is like, I have to create a time in my life to be helpful. And I realized that my phone rung so much because all of these people are like, Danny, I need help, da 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 da. And it's like, yes, but I am no savior. And I have taken off the cape, okay?
Yes.
I am
Put it
no
down.
savior. I'm nobody's savior. Helpful, community member, lover, complicated, all the things like everybody else. But there is a time to give, and there is a time to receive, and there's a time to be quiet and be left alone.
And sit behind down, okay?
Sit down.
The lights off, the phone on Do Not Disturb.
Yes.
I think that is so good because it's with such a powerful and big platform like you have, where you speak on body positivity, you speak on like being that girl. How do you communicate that with the world now? Like, now that you understanding I need to give space for myself, how are you showing? I have ADHD, the ADHD, the autism, the all that be showing up, and I be like, oh wait, I really like to be left alone. I really do. So how are you like really pushing that out now for your platform, for people that are looking to you?
I think with my platform now, I think a lot about like, I don't have to always talk about what people want me to talk about. I'm learning that right now. Like, I am multifaceted. I do want to talk about what it's like to live with PTSD and ADHD and bring that into my brand a little bit more, especially since a lot of people don't know what CPTSD is. It's different from PTSD. Yeah. You know, CPTSD is you have a combination of traumas, and instead PTSD is like something that has happened once in your life, right? And so with that, showing people what those symptoms really look like, you're less likely to trust people when you have CPTSD. You're shutting down, you're overthinking, right? Small things seem really big to you, and no one knows like what is going on. And we haven't really, a lot of people are not reading about mental health, and that's okay, right? We need movies that show what mental health is and more conversations, and I just want to be a part of that. But on the deeper side, like, I share my story when I feel comfortable. You know, I don't want to bleed out. I also think that's another problem as a black woman, but also a big black woman. I don't want to have to bleed out in order for people to see me as human. Okay? You know, it's not fair at all that you know, if I have an attitude or I'm frustrated, that it's not seen as anxiety. When I first went to ADHD support group and listened to white people all over the world have the same symptoms as me, but the perception of their symptoms was not the same as mine. I remember getting off the phone and crying because your community has understood you, or the world has affirmed your symptoms. When you have rage, it's a bad day. If I have rage, I got an attitude problem, got a character problem. And the reality is that if we do not address this, we're just going to continue to cause more harm to people and continue to minimize what these mental health needs are for black women.
Girl, I just need to take that in, because yes, we can never just exist. the same way that a white counterpart exists, the same way that even some black men exist. We cannot just exist the same. It has to be, oh, you just got an attitude. Baby, no. Do you know what I've been through? That I'm still trying to cope with. I'm still trying to just manage it on a daily basis. And anything that I say or do can be perceived as I'm just, you stuck up, you this, you that, all the things. But to put on top of that as a plus size black woman, oh my God.
They need me to be the mammy so bad.
So, girl, that...
But I will also say that I feel like there have been moments where I feel like also I need to be the mammy. Because it brings safety. It is very difficult sometimes being the big black girl in the room or in spaces, and I'm just being myself. If I'm sitting in a corner, I've had these moments where people are like, that is stuck up. I'm like, oh wow, I'm just in the corner because
minding my business.
I'm not really a group girly. I'm really not, and I own that about myself. I'm okay with it now. I made peace with it. I used to force myself.
You don't gotta force it no more.
Yeah, and I don't have to force it or needing to be overly helpful. Because how many times have we seen a big black girl on the screen as the maid, right? And so for me, I'm also unlearning what those behaviors have, made me do in so many ways. But, I'm not perfect. I think that, I have had some moments where I've overread other people. That's why I give grace about it. Like, I've overread other people. I've been rude before. You know what I mean? So it's like, we got to give each other grace.
It's like we have the ability to be so multifaceted and especially when it comes to our emotions. So the fact that people will see you in one side of that and think that it's something completely drastically different. It's like, can I just be to myself and just need a moment to myself and not be stuck up in that situation? It's a lot of y'all in here. Like it is. I don't like being in a crowded space. I don't like being around a ton of people at all. Like really, I don't. Yeah. I don't. But to speak on the idea that you felt like you had to step into the mammy role at times.
Because it's safety in it.
It's safety in that.
Temporarily, but it's safety, yeah.
People won't perceive you as something else. Like, oh, you're this and you're that. If I say I'm super helpful, I'm here, whatever you need, it just takes me back. And we definitely talked about this, but the statue, or even with the movie Sinners and how the main character, she was the love interest and people found flaw in that. They found issue with that because she was a dark-skinned, heavy set, plus size black woman who is gorgeous, by the way.
She's beautiful, yeah.
She's beautiful. But they could not fathom that she would be the love interest because that's not what they want the standard to be.
I think in our community, like, we try to downplay what colorism is. I just hit somebody. Ding, ding, ding. But I think we try to downplay what colorism is because we're like, we're all the same. We're all black. We're all oppressed. But some of us have had the luxury of being seen as the love interest time and time again. It's not just about being chosen by a man. I'm really not one of those girls. I don't even think that's like important. I'm sorry.
Decenter them, please.
But please. I do feel that it teaches community who is more valuable. Yes. Who is, for example, I look at myself. I do feel like when I see Mariah Carey, we got similar tendencies. But it's not just that she's rich, but right. You see how people treat other racially ambiguous, light-skinned people with similar traits as you. You don't think that I should be treated like a princess. Why? Why don't you believe that? Somebody has taught you that princesses look a certain way. I'm sorry.
That's no facts.
I'm like mutts and I'm a brat. Like it is what it is. They come big. Listen. Supersized. And even down to the statue. You want me to believe that you are kind in community. You're understanding. You don't socialize fat black women as mammies. But the moment you see a big black statue, why did they put a mammy up there? Like, crazy. Which one is it? You want me to believe that you don't want the fat friend to be small next to you. You want me to believe that, But when you see the big black statue,
you got a problem.
You have a problem with
immediately.
And listen, these are the moments where I feel complicated, because where it gets complicated for me, because I just made a video about how Betsy Smith and Ma Rainey were big black women who made music during the Harlem Renaissance, and they were dynamic and blues, and Harlem is in Manhattan where Times Square is, so it's all so beautiful to have it there. But then a part of me is like thinking about the meaning behind why the artist even put that there. He does so much art, but I had read something about like it was in between statues of two white men, and the fact of the matter is, like, we are the farthest, right? We are like the farthest away from having white male privilege, and people don't even understand why this is so significant. Mm-hmm. I don't know. This is what I say. I am not going to force myself to be loved by anybody.
Absolutely not.
Not anybody. If you don't want to be in community, you don't want to be in community. If you don't think a fat black woman is worthy of love and respect in this community, and she got to be small, and I mean small in who she is, and minimize herself. I can't be too smart, because that is offensive. Yeah. I can't be too loud. That is offensive. I can't dress nice. That is offensive. I can't think I'm the shit. That is offensive. In a world that want me dead.
Facts.
In a world that want me dead, I can't think I'm the shit. It don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense. Why I can't show up and be as big, as bold as I want to be without y'all having a problem with it.
Yeah.
It's baffling to me. And we can start with the baseline of just being a black woman, right?
Yeah.
They don't want us to show up. They don't want us to have a presence and fill a room with it.
Yeah.
They don't want us to be in proximity to whiteness at all.
Yeah.
Let alone have any role that is significant to a white person, whether it's man or woman. They don't want us to have that. And so when you do and you show up, you walk in a room and you immediately fill the space with your presence. Who is she? Who does she think she is? Why is she showing up like that? Da, 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 da. It's so many things.
And I want to come in the room and go in the corner anyway.
You're making me come to this event, and I want to go sit in the corner. My friends want me to be here, and I'm going to come. I'm going to get me a little drink, and I'm going to sit in the corner. I mind my business. I'm going to people watch all night. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. But just because as soon as I step in the space, I still fill the space with my energy, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
And I really want, especially when you're like, I got ADHD. I just wanna.
Yeah. It takes me a lot to prepare myself for large crowds. Like, I have to tell myself, okay, Danielle, you gotta call myself by the real name, honey. Get serious. Okay, you about to go into this room. It's about to be a lot of people. People might be like, oh my gosh, your hair, your outfit. Be prepared.
Yeah.
Just prepare yourself. And, I will say there are sometimes I've gone in the room super anxious, probably should have given myself more time. Mm-hmm. And now that I really know what my diagnosis is, like, I just got diagnosed with ADHD.
Wow.
All the things was happening to me. I got hurt with my leg twice, 2 surgeries, had a bladder surgery, all in the same month.
Jesus.
Within the same month, learning that I had ADHD within a couple weeks, all of this thing, getting medication, like all of these things was happening. The body keeps score. That's a book. The body keeps score, and the body was like, I am tired, girl.
You need to sit down.
Sit down. Yeah. I need to sit down. It is a lot happening. But let's talk about like what that means to sit down when a bunch of people are depending on you. Like, it's real. A bunch of people are depending on you making it so
they can make it.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. I have no issue with carrying people, right? Because because people have carried me. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not that, but it's how do you sit down? We have to share the labor, the emotional labor, share the burden. It can't just be, and it's not about like money, it's not about resources, but like mental health is a community thing. It's not just one person being responsible for their mental health. it is everybody's responsibility. And when we start looking at mental health that way, I really think if I had community that was understanding of PTSD, understanding of ADHD, that's really people, I think even the sit down thing, right?
Yeah.
I think there was moments where people used it as a jab against me instead of like, hey, Danny, I noticed that you are not okay.
Yeah, you need to go.
Yeah, because it's a way that you talk and you approach a situation, which I'm learning too, right? Because ADHD people be having them outbursts.
Because you can do that with love. Because you can do that with love. Yeah. Like, hey, I think it's time for you to I think you need some rest.
I think you, exactly.
Yeah.
And what can I do to help you to rest?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Because as we're building communities where there's less marriages, I ain't in no rush to marriage as anybody, baby. I'll be on the side of this goddamn road before I just marry anybody.
Hello.
You know what I mean? Like, as we see friendships and community and all these things, like, become a necessity in order for us to thrive, because we aren't seeing as many nuclear families being created. We have to rethink about what it means to be responsible for each other.
Yeah, what community looks like, because community looks completely different now.
And when you're already popular online, people are like, let me help you so I can exploit it.
Yeah.
I was like exploited so many times in the process of experiencing depression that I said, wow. My therapist was like, Danielle, you have to stop being a people pleaser in order for you to get well.
That's crazy.
You have to stop overextending yourself in order for you to be well.
Yeah.
And I have found myself, I did something this week that I was so proud of, that I was like, I text people and was like, hey, actually I need to take care of myself right now, but I love you, but I'll get back to you. I ain't never done that before.
Listen.
I ain't never done that before. It's growth.
That's growth.
Even if it's small.
Yes.
It's growth. And I'm taking it as a big deal.
That's huge. That's huge, because we will continue to show up regardless of ourselves. We will ignore the things of ourselves, the things that are going on. We will literally negate everything that we are experiencing because somebody else needs us in this moment. And I know as a mom, like, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And my village is a lot smaller now.
Yeah.
Because I've lost family members that were my village.
Jesus. Yeah.
And so it's like now, when I need a moment, I just be like, baby girl, TT is over there. You can go to her room. Like, you can go over there. Or literally, my friend Darius, he was in town and he was like, so we get in we're going to dinner and drinks. Let's go. I was like, you know what?
We need people without kids to grab them kids sometimes.
Listen.
Grab the kids and say, come on, y'all. Your mama tired.
Listen, my sister was like, oh, I got her. Go ahead. I was like, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I needed a few hours to just.
Shout out to the aunties. Shout out to the aunties.
Because, listen, right now, I would not no other way. Yeah. But outside of that, I know I'm able to read when I need a moment. And like you said, the body does keep the score. Grief will come in and snatch my wig off. And I don't even got weave in my hair. It snatches the hair off my head. And I'm like, oh, okay, today is the day when all the grief wants to hit me today. Let me take a moment. Do I have any appointments? No? Great. I'm going to sit here.
What are some self-care things that you do when you feel that heaviness?
Oh, girl, the first one that I'm like, it's new to me because it wasn't a thing for me growing up, but I will go take a nap.
Yeah.
Oh, baby, these naps.
I'm a nap girly.
These naps, I be like, I can actually, when it's real heavy and my body allows me to sleep, I know I needed it.
Yeah.
I know I needed it because sometimes you'll be feeling tired and your body be like, not right now. You can't, no nap is happening today.
Yeah.
But when I know my body allows me to go to sleep easily in the middle of the day, it was heavy. It was heavy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I call it the restart.
Oh, it's good.
The restart. You need a restart. You need a restart.
It's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I used to get a whooping and have to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But now you like, I'm going to go lay down.
I'm going to go lay down.
Woo, that's it,
listen, I'm gonna take my mind. And I love when my daughter is like, let's get a nap. Baby, let's get a nap.
Yes.
You want some cuddles and nap too? Because baby, we about to go lay down. What are some that you do right now?
Okay, I like to go outside now, especially when you've been deprived from going outside. Like, okay, let me go touch grass for a moment. Let me just decompress. I'm on my phone a lot less these days. Like, just period. Like, it started out with a social media fast. Oh, I'm not gonna post. I'm not gonna be on social. I'll only get on to help my clients, and then I'll get off social media. I was spending an hour a day doing research because I usually use social media for a research tool. And then after that, I was just off. And then the more I spent, the more I spent off of it, I was like, oh, okay, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And then, like the plus side of it is I feel like the bookings never stop. And so I didn't really have to be on social media. But now that I'm
booked and busy,
okay. Clock it.
We love it.
Clock it. You know what? I'm not gonna be like, thank you anymore. No.
Clock it. Booked and busy.
Yes. But it has been, now that I'm like getting back on and working on, I'm finding out what kind of content I want to put, when I want to post.
Yes.
I'm journaling. My therapist was like, girl, I've been trying to get you to do that journaling forever. I'm so proud of you. I'm in therapy. I'm in ADHD support group.
Love that.
So, and I'm talking more. I'm talking more. I always talk, but like now I'm just like really, being like super intentional. And I'm also quiet. Like, there are moments where I'm just like, I'm not talking and I'm not overthinking. Correct, you know what I'm saying? Correct. So like, the times that I was quiet, I spent a lot of time ruminating, which is like replaying scenarios, right? Like catastrophizing. Just once I got in a support group and I got a psychiatrist and I got my diagnosis with ADHD, I said, oh, this is what the hell's been going on. We finna put a stop to this today, right now. Okay, we finna put a stop to this because I can't live like this. You think it's normal. Yeah. You think everybody's doing it. And then you realize, like, this is not normal. You need somebody to tell you that it's not normal. And I really feel like I'm in my becoming era. I don't know how this thing gonna end, but I thank God for the journey. I done beat suicidal ideations. I done beat depression. I done beat anxiety. If any of those things come back, I have all the tools.
Yes.
I have the tools. That's the thing about healing. Everyone thinks it's like this box that you check out and you like arrive to a place. You're gonna continue to be triggered. Things are gonna happen. And also, like, there are moments where you're gonna learn something new about yourself. It's gonna be a lot of self-discovery moments. I don't think I've arrived any place that's permanent.
Yeah.
But I do feel like I'm in a different place.
And that's so good.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful for you too.
Because even knowing that you have had suicidal thoughts, knowing that you finally got a diagnosis and you felt out of place for so long, you feel like you're living out of body, and then you finally like, oh, this is what all this stuff, all this time, all this was going on, and now I have something that I can put a word and a name to it. And now I know how to handle it. Yeah. Now I know what support I need. Now I know what needs to be around me. Because otherwise, you will still be living in that space where you're allowing people to take advantage of you. You're allowing people to just use you for their own advancement, which is like, I don't mind helping people. But at the same time, are those people going to reciprocate when I need it?
We have to think about it like this. Like, we can't burn out our community.
Yeah.
Because like the oil has to continue to touch everybody, and we like to dispose of people that we have been taught that don't have value in community. Because when we look at dark-skinned women, when we look at just women in general, or especially like fat black women, we think that they need to be the mule, that they cannot own anything. No such thing as privacy. You know what I mean? People walk up to me and touch me without my permission. That's all races and genders of people violate my personal space all the time. Doesn't matter what city, what country I'm in. It doesn't matter what my hair looks like.
Wow.
People think, and it's been happening since I've been a young girl, and I had to even think about even that experiencing sexual abuse as a child, and then experiencing people that are strangers or that I barely even know just like violating me. Oh my gosh, you got big boobs, let me touch your boobs. Oh, you know, I like your hair, let me, you know. I was at a nail salon last year, and this is a true story. The lady was like, is your hair real? The owner of the salon is like, is your hair real? And she came and pulled my hair to show her customers if it was real. Now, as a big black woman, especially, the media has painted the bigger, the blacker as a monster. Now, what it look like if I slapped the shit out that lady?
Hello.
Now, what it would have looked like? What would have that story been?
It would have been crazy. It would have been crazy. Switch that narrative all kinds of ways.
She's bigger than her, but she violated me. Yeah. And we have been conditioned to tell certain people that they do not have agency and autonomy over their body, that they can't feel sad, they can't feel depressed. I'm going to keep talking. Y'all, until the wheels come off, I'm going to just keep talking.
I love it. I want to thank you so much for this conversation,
Jasmine.
For this time. Taking time out of your day to come see little me.
And we have to take pictures again.
We do. Listen, because that was...
That was fun.
That was.
But you know what? Did you notice that I kept telling you to have my assistant look at those pictures?
You did.
Remember, I was like, have...
Yes.
Because even in that moment, even though I was like performing, I was not in a place where I even liked my pictures at that time.
That's crazy.
You see? But it was beautiful.
They were gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Yeah, they were beautiful.
I mean, the like, comment, the interactions was hitting, okay?
They
was hitting it. Listen, encourage the people and tell them where they can find you.
All right, y'all can find me on any platform. I'm a pound cake, AMA pound cake. That's how you spell it. I'm your girl, Danni Adams, DANNI, because you know, I'm not the DANI type of girly. All right, love y'all.
Listen, I will catch y'all on the next episode of the Black Girl Speak Up podcast. Until then, later.
Peace.